What's up, everyone? Kevin Allen here, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and this is your NFL Week 8 Draftkings First Look lineup. All right, welcome back to another First Look lineup. It is NFL Week 8, and we're taking a look at the DraftKings scoring system. Going to throw a lineup together. It's Tuesday. It's early. Just going to get a sense of the slate, get a feel for what's going on early in the week. And of course, we'll change our mind 1,000 times over as the week progresses. What up, Vince? What's up, my man? Welcome back to the show. And before I get into the breakdown, of course, I always got to give you a little something. And today we got big ups to my boy, Keg 4540, DFS Army NBA guru, taking down 100K last night. NBA started off fire, guys. I hope you guys are playing NBA, following the cores. The cores are smashing again tonight. It's a Lakers extravaganza. So was a little distracted before, just watching my lineups climb in my own MME, and maybe I'll be showing my screenshot tomorrow. You never know. Hell yeah, 100K winner, my man. 100K winner. So we can't let the NBA people make us look like shit. We gotta step up our NFL game. Of course, we had a lot of big winners this past weekend. So let's see if we can keep this going. All right, let's talk some DraftKings. And before we do that, I'm going to quickly jump over to the Domination Station Optimizer, take a look at the game tiles. And we changed up the style a little bit on the game tiles. So now you've got implied team totals here, because a lot of people are telling us they're having a hard time doing the math. So we put the implied team totals right up here on the game tile, so you can get an idea of which teams are expected to score a lot of points. And actually, so you can see the screen better, I am going to go down here in the bottom corner. And you could see here that you've got the Rams with a 30 and 3/4 point implied team total in this game. That's a massive smash game for the Rams. Let's just keep their offense in mind. They've been smashing in these smash games. They've been smashing. So it's not going to be competitive. It's going to be a beatdown. Texans will not keep it competitive. Last week, at least, the Lions kept it competitive, kept that game moving along. We are not going to see that here. So be aware. Bengals, nice little 26 and 3/4 point implied team total. Again, a non-competitive game. So you want to play Burrow, fine. Jamar Chase, breakout star, going to be, I was talking with Season Long Says the other day, and, we're debating if Chase right now is the number one wide receiver in Dynasty. Like, if you're starting a Dynasty franchise right now, Jamar Chase is pretty much your top pick. Like, maybe Justin Jefferson, the youth, the potential, everything is right there, man. Chase might be the number one Dynasty asset right now at wide receiver. Think about it. Jets not likely to put up much resistance. The big question in this game, of course, is will the Bengals actually, put their neck, will they keep scoring? Will they just go to the run when they're ahead like they did earlier this season, or will they, have the killer instinct and go for the, kill? So I don't know. On that one. Here we've got an interesting game between the Panthers and Falcons. Falcons home favorites here, 24.5 point implied team total. Couple pieces from the Falcons I'll be interested in. And of course, can we play Chuba Hubbard? I think probably at this point it's going to be a rough one to pull the trigger on. This game's pretty gross, 39 point total. Not much to like here except for San Francisco defense. Justin Fields, when he's been forced to throw, not very good. Another lopsided game here. Bills, massive favorites against the Dolphins. And again, can Josh Allen style in this game if he wants to? Sure. Will he? I don't know. Nothing's going to force him to. He's just going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants. So a little bit of danger there that they might just kind of cruise to a win here, take a big lead, cruise to a win. And if two of the touchdowns come to Moss or Singletary, really not going to get a great game out of Allen. It's just no way of knowing. Here we've got the Colts and Titans in a very, very interesting, close-lined 51-point total game. 25 implied total for the Colts, 26 for the Titans. There could be some fantasy goodness here. I like both running backs, of course, Henry, Taylor, and maybe Michael Pittman, maybe A.J. Brown. So a couple pieces there. Hell to the nut. Wait a minute. Can we play Chuba? Hell no. The bishop has spoken. Still, Chuba is priced really well, Uncle Krieger. I don't know. Gross game here. Steelers, Browns, don't want anything to do with that one. Here's another game I'm really interested in. Lions, Eagles. I love the Eagles side of this game. Lions suck. It's a closely lined game. The Eagles are not a team that are just going to like sit back and relax if they have a lead. I definitely like this one quite a bit. This is a game I'm looking to target. I think Jalen Hurts might be one of the better plays on the entire slate. So let's keep that in mind. Let's see what his salary looks like when we get to the actual DraftKings section here. Seattle Jaguars, got to have some interest in James Robinson here. You know, he's awesome, and Seattle's a little bit dinged up at the quarterback position. Not the best of teams. Patriots, Chargers. I'm interested in the Chargers in this one quite a bit. Their implied team total is pretty strong here at 27 points. I don't know that the Patriots are going to be able to keep up. So, you know, keep it in mind again. I'm interested in the Chargers. Here's another game, 50-point total between the Bucs and the Saints. Very, very much like the Bucs side of this game. So I'll be looking at that. And Washington, Denver is mostly an ignore at a 43.5-point total. So let's take a quick glance down at the values across all the different position groups to see if anybody pops. And here we go. We've got Jalen Hurts, the number 2 valued quarterback on the slate at 7,200. He is probably the best play on a projection points per dollar basis. So let's keep that in mind. I don't think we even need to look too much further. Bridgewater, really not somebody I'm excited about in that game. Heineke, no. Goff, no. And Allen, very risky. So, yeah, I mean, Hurts feels like the guy here based on what I'm seeing. Trevor Lawrence is cheap, but, you know, who knows what he's going to do. Sam Darnold, you don't really have too many great You start to get to Herbert and Brady. It's a pretty big drop off from Hurts. So, but those are some of the players I'm interested in. At running back, again, I've got this sorted on the Domination Station Optimizer. So, you know, let me tell you guys something real quick here. Let me make myself here. Tell you something. You don't have to just use the optimizer to make lineups, to optimize. Of course, we build correlated lineups. We use our stacking tools. It's great. But you can use the optimizer just to kind of sort for value. So I use this all the time. My favorite way is I sort. I click on fantasy points per dollar, and that's what I'm doing. I sort for value, just see who the best value plays are. And I mean, they pop right up. Darrell Henderson, DeAndre Swift, Cordero Patterson. What? Who would have thought it? Right? Eli Mitchell, James Robinson. A lot of the names that we'd spend a lot of time researching to try to figure out, they just pop right here on the optimizer in value. I mean, it's a projection model, but you know, the guy that won 100K is doing these projections. He can't be doing too bad. So at wide receiver, Brandon Cooks is a no for me. I get he's popping. Don't give a shit. I don't play wide receivers against the Rams. Jacoby Myers, not my favorite either, but 5,100 price come down. Debo, that's my by Punk. Samuel is very interesting because he's a target monster. DJ Moore could pop, could get back on track here against Atlanta. Tons of targets. Devonta Smith, I like a lot at 5,500. Definitely has a lot of GPP upside. Same with Pittman at 5,300. Lots of GPP upside there. Calvin Ridley, price coming down. Panthers don't really have anyone who can cover him. So I've got a pretty good feel for some quality wide receivers. Not sure what's going on with that, but looks like Ferkser is got a pretty decent. Oh no, he's got there's error in the projection there. I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. There we go. Okay. So Dan Arnold, Dan Arnold popping is the best play? I don't know about all that. Jared Cook. Tight end should be interesting. Goddard, I like. All right, so here we go. Let's go over to the DraftKings interface and start building our lineup here. And I'm going to go right to Jalen Hurts. I think he's a really good play, and I'm not fucking around. This is the good play on the slate. Another play I'm going to go right to is Derrick Henry. Just plugging him in. Coming off a bad week, great. I like it better. Let's see if we can afford a lineup like that. So, but Jalen Hurts is my starting point. Part of the reason I like Jalen Hurts is because you can stack him pretty easily, especially at wide receiver. We can go all the way down to Devonta Smith, so it creates for a fairly inexpensive stack. And you'd be surprised at how important the cost of a stack is. He hasn't had the best of breakout games yet this year. He's had a couple of good games, but it's been rough sledding a little bit. But I'm going right back to Devonta Smith here with my Hurts lineup. I don't mind switching this to Dallas Goedert, but for now, I'm going to go that way, right? We need some savings at running back. We're not probably going to find the best of savings, so we're going to have to figure out that savings elsewhere. But Darrell Henderson, going right back to it, too good of a spot. We're starting to run out of salary in a hurry. Let's take a look at defense and see how cheap we can go and still feel like it's not completely horrible. No. Oh, boy. We might not be able to play. Might not be able to play Derrick Henry. We might not be able to. DraftKings has priced up the good defenses very high. That is unfortunate. I'm going to go with the Bengals here, man. This is tough. I usually like to find a minimum viable defense. I guess Washington at Denver. You know what? I'm going to plug Washington in. Got to play a cheap defense. I'm going to plug in Washington. I don't love it, but Denver's not that great of an offensive team. And my next option is to pay $3,600 for, the Bengals at the Jets. I don't want to pay $3,600, so it's not going to look very good on our first look lineup. So I'm going to have to pay down. It's our only option. At tight end, let's find another lower cost position group. I wonder if the island of Foster Moreau is on the slate at all. No. Riley Pitter priced up, probably not going there. I think we go with Dallas Goedert. Double stack. I really want to bring this back with Swift, and I don't think I can afford Henry. So I'm going to go Swift and see how this lineup starts to feel. See how it feels. I could also... Who the hell is Sweeney? Oh! Hey, the backup, the guy who's in for... Yeah, no, this is really thin, man. Swaggy P, I trust your opinions every time, bro. This is really thin. Like, the Bills don't throw to the tight end that much. They don't give a shit about Tommy Sweeney. I don't trust it. One target. Sweeney was in the nuts, I think, on that slate. I believe it was a showdown, but I don't trust it. Okay, wide receiver. We need a cheaper wide receiver to make things work. So let's hang in this sub 4K zone and see who might be popping. The way that DraftKings works, you're basically forced to play a cheapie every single time. That's just how it works. So let's kind of roll our way up here. Quez Watkins, okay. Russell Gage had a big week last week. Got 6 targets, 16 fantasy points. Oh, Carolina. You know what? I don't mind this one. Let's see if anybody else pops. But, Ayuk, what happened to you, buddy? Man, can you believe people were taking Ayuk ahead of Deebo Samuel? Oh, what a difference. Trying to think if there are any injury situations that have thrust anyone. I wouldn't mind like a 3K value play here, but I think that's enough. So we're up to 6,350 divided by 2. So about 1,6,300, 1,6,400. Let's take a look at who's available here. We've got Hurts. You know what? Chris Godwin's a great spot. Calvin Ridley's in a great spot. Who do we want to prioritize? Not Diggs. I mean, Cup we can't afford. If I was going to pay all the way up for Cup, I do like Mike Williams. I don't mind Godwin here. As long as Antonio Brown's going to still be out. Let's see what's up with Antonio Brown. Ankle. All right, so let's assume Antonio Brown gets ruled out, and we'll play Godwin there, and we should be able to close this off with a running back. Fournette, Patterson, Damian Harris, Chuba. No, don't like any of that. No, couldn't do it. Couldn't make it work. No Godwin. All right, let's go to the flex and actually pick our running back, and we'll work off of the running back play instead. So we've got Swift in there. We've got Henderson. How about James Robinson? I don't really like too much of this. So I'm not liking that. I think we need to go a little more stud and dud with these last two spots because I'm not liking this zone. There's a zone here that's just not working for me in terms of who the players are. Let's see if we can get Debo, that's my bike punk, in the lineup. He's a target machine. And now we're down to 5,300. Darrell Williams. Okay. I don't know. Can we trust Darrell Williams, Damian Williams, I mean, to get all the targets, to get all the touches now that he's splitting with Khalif the Wiz, Khalif Raymond? Or not Khalif. Fuck. Herbert? Khalif Herbert? What's that guy's name? Khalil Herbert. Okay. No, I just needed to know his name, guys. I needed to know. Yeah, I mean, Patterson. I don't mind Patterson. I don't mind it. 6,100. I can work with it. As a matter of fact, if we wanted to go Patterson, we could really pull that off. We could pull off the Patterson play with Godwin, and you can go Godwin, Patterson. I'm not sure if I love it. We could also plug in Leonard Fournette, even against New Orleans. I think he's playable. Not Woods. It's just Patterson, though, or Fournette. I don't love Fournette. I think Patterson is playable, but he is coming off a bit of a disappointment. You know what's interesting about Patterson? They seem to have phased out Davis and have gone almost exclusively to Patterson. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go with you, Swaggy P. I'll go with Patterson. The other option was going to be to drop down, go up to Deebo Samuel and drop down to sort of a cheaper wide receiver play in the spot. But you know what? I don't mind this one. So we've got a stack of Hurts, Smith, Goddard, come back with DeAndre Swift. Another thing we could do here, by the way, if we wanted to do a little more correlative, is probably plug in Hawkinson, double tight end. How about that? Catch me outside. In this scenario, we can upgrade from Russell Gage or upgrade the defense. So if we try to upgrade from Gage, are we really finding an upgrade? I kind of like Jerry Jeudy in this game. Coming back. No one's going to play him, but he is full force from what I've seen. No, I kind of like Jerry Jeudy. Let's go with that. I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy, Hawkinson, double tight end. A little bit crazy, a little bit unusual for the first look lineup, but there we go. Obviously, it is early in the week. We got tons of time to continue our research. Injuries will pop up. COVID lists are going to happen. Who the hell knows? But it's always great to take a look early in the week at what the DraftKings scoring system is and which games we're going to be looking to target. So I'll be back later in the week. Remember, every Wednesday night on the Sharp app, you can check me out with Anthony Gargano breaking down all of the betting angles for the entire slate of games. Anthony Gargano is a legitimate wise guy. He's as sharp as they come. He's been giving out killer bets on the show every single week. You got to tune in, download the Sharp app, check that out. That's the only place you can see it, or on the Sharp app YouTube channel as well. I'll be back on Thursday with John Statsational Alessia, top 10 DFS player in the world, breaking down the entire main slate from a DFS perspective. That's Thursday morning on the Game Plan right here on this YouTube channel, the DFS Army YouTube channel. So check that out. And for my VIP DFS Army subscribers, of course, you know, I'll be back on the Players Club Saturdays as always, 1:30 to 3:30. Going through everything, breaking down the entire main slate, getting us ready to play, drinking Blue Moons. You know what's up. So I'll see you guys later in the week. I'll see you guys Wednesday on the Wise Guys. Make sure you check that out. And good luck this week, everyone.